Today, we are completely rebooting our understanding of personal growth. We're diving into an ancient Buddhist text, the Huyan Sutra, and we're going to reframe this idea of awakening. Forget some mystical, far-off event. Think of it as installing a powerful, brand-new operating system for your mind. So, let's start the upgrade.
But before we do that, let's start with a question and a problem that I think pretty much everyone can relate to. Have you ever felt like you're just spinning your wheels? You're putting in all the effort, you're meditating, you're reading the books, you're trying to be a better person, but you just keep hitting the same walls over and over again? You might see a little progress, but it never seems to stick, right? It's so frustrating. It really feels like there's a fundamental bug somewhere deep in our code.
So in this explainer, we're going to tackle that bug head-on. First, we'll diagnose this whole problem of effort without progress. Then we're going to introduce this radical new idea of awakening as an operating system. We'll look at its 10 core modules, its 6 main applications, see how it achieves this insane level of impact, and finally, we'll get to the real key, how to actually install this ultimate cognitive upgrade.
All right, let's dive right into Section 1, Effort Without Progress, or, as we're calling it, the common bug in our system. This slide really just nails the core issue. On the left, you've got what most of us are doing most of the time. We're chasing fleeting experiences. You know, that one moment of clarity in meditation, or a burst of inspiration you get from a book. And look, those are great, but they're like little apps that keep crashing. On the right, that's the real goal, a stable system, a reliable background process for wisdom and compassion that is always running. So the problem isn't that we lack good experiences, it's that we lack a stable platform to run them on.
And that brings us to this totally new way of looking at growth. Section 2, Awakening as the Operating System. This is where we stop chasing those glitchy apps and start upgrading the entire machine.
So what this ancient text is describing is something we can call the Bodhisattva OS. And what a brilliant way to frame it. It's a system that's 1, stable, meaning it doesn't crash when life gets tough. 2, it's replicable, meaning its core functions can actually be understood and developed by anyone. And 3, it's fully integrated. It lets you see reality for what it is and act with wisdom and compassion, not just on a good day, but as your default setting.
So, what is this system actually made of? What are its components? Let's move on to Section 3 and check out the architecture of this Awakening OS, the 10 core modules.
This is just fantastic. The sutra literally breaks down the awakened mind into 10 distinct modules. Think of these as the core processors and drivers of your new OS. You've got a connectivity module, which is kind of like a high-speed, always-on connection to a universal network of wisdom. Then there's an upgraded vision module that lets you see the deep essence of things, not just the surface-level stuff. Or how about the rules engine? This module apparently understands the fundamental operating principles of the cosmos itself. We are talking about a complete and total system overhaul.
Now, a powerful OS is pretty useless without some good applications, right? So, Section 4 explores what we can think of as the system's main apps, life's 6 core abilities.
In Buddhism, you might know these as the 6 paramitas or the 6 perfections, but look at how this framework completely reframes them. Patience isn't just gritting your teeth anymore, it's an anti-fragility system that keeps you calm and focused even under attack. Giving isn't just about charity, it's a system function for resource openness. And wisdom, well, wisdom becomes the ultimate decision engine, letting you see any situation clearly and make the best possible choice. You see, it's not about being good in a moralistic sense, it's about being profoundly effective. Okay, so you've installed the OS, you've got the core apps running. What happens next? Well, this is where things get, frankly, a little mind-bending. Section 5, Achieving Infinite Impact, or what we're calling the distributed network effect. The sutra describes a state of being where your influence isn't limited to just one-on-one conversations. Instead, every single pore on your skin becomes a broadcast node. Each one is capable of transmitting wisdom and help across the entire cosmos. It's the ultimate distributed network.
And it even gives us the protocol for how it works. First, you identify a single node, say one pore. You activate it. That node then deploys countless avatars, or versions of you. And here's the kicker, the truly wild part. Each one of those avatars customizes its output, delivering a unique, perfectly tailored message of help to every single being in every possible reality all at the same time. It's like a personalized enlightenment engine operating on a universal scale.
I know. This all sounds incredible, maybe even completely impossible. So what's the actual key? How do you install this thing? That brings us to our final and, honestly, most important section, the ultimate cognitive upgrade.
This slide right here tells the entire story in one single image. The source text talks about someone who practiced for countless eons. That's that long flat line of effort you see. But all that time, all that grinding, it didn't cause the breakthrough. The real change happened at point 2, a single critical moment of insight, a fundamental cognitive upgrade. And right after that one shift in understanding, bam, the system installs. You get that vertical spike of rapid, stable awakening.
So here's the bottom line, the most crucial takeaway from all of this. After all that talk about systems and modules and cosmic protocols, the real path doesn't come down to just trying harder or practicing for more eons. It all boils down to a single, powerful shift in perspective. The key isn't more effort, it's a cognitive upgrade. One new way of seeing, one new piece of understanding can change the entire system permanently.
And that leaves us with one final thought to take away. If a single insight can really change everything, then it's worth asking yourself, what is the one cognitive upgrade that your own personal operating system needs most right now? What new understanding could be your vertical spike?